A very warm good evening, Namibia, and welcome to your Sunday evening sports news right here on NBC One. I'm your host, Beatrice Engelbrecht. Let's take a look at the headline-making stories. Namibia Professional Boxing and Wrestling Control Board holds awards night. Wins for UNAM, Grootfontein, Kudus and Rehoboth in the league opening weekend. These stories and more to come. Welcome back. Now leading our news tonight, the Namibia Boxing and Wrestling Control Board held its first ever boxing award ceremony last night at the National Theatre of Namibia. Now boxers, promoters, trainers and media were recognized for their contribution to boxing.
The Boxing Control Board was appointed in 2021 by the Minister of Sport, Youth and National Service to supervise professional boxing activities in the country. The board hosted its first award ceremony to honor and recognize the boxing community's commitment and outstanding achievements of the calendar year 2023. Taking home the biggest prize of the night was Philippus Enejingitumbwa from the Nesta Tobias Boxing and Fitness Academy, who was named Boxer of the Year. The award for Young Boxer of the Year was awarded to Flame Special One Nangolo from the AC Boxing Academy. For putting up a great show last year, AC Boxing Academy's Alpheus Shanika claimed the Fight of the Year award. The Knockout of the Year award went to Swakopmund Boxing Academy's Linekela Ngifindaka. Against all odds, AC Boxing promoter Ims Moses stole the spotlight with two major awards, honored as both promoter and trainer of the year. Namibian boxing legend Harry Simon received the Chairperson's Award, while Philemon Mwea was named Ring Official of the Year. The Special Recognition Award honored former boxers such as Nesta Tobias, Julius Indongo, Paulus Moses, and Paulus Ambunda, amongst others.
It's one of the most famous reporters in Namibia.
The media was also recognized during the ceremony, with Kavive Themburuka of the NBC winning Broadcast Reporter of the Year and Helge Schulz of the Namibian claiming Reporter of the Year in print media. After an eventful night, the chairperson of the Boxing and Wrestling Control Board, Margaret Mengo, weighed in on the organization of the first ever awards hosted.
It's a good platform to really recognize the performance and the effort that's put in by the promoters, the trainers, the referees, the media, and all that. So we have also included everybody who's part of the whole boxing. And yeah, we want to just bring inclusivity in boxing and really bring harmonized ways of sportsmanship and working together for Namibia.
She stated that they intend on introducing more categories in the future. Nicholas Theremo, NBC Sport News, Venchik.
Staying with boxing awards, our sports team caught up with some of the winners after the ceremony, and here is how some of them had summed up the night.
Philippus Enejingitumbwa was emotional when he received his award for Boxer of the Year. Flame Special One Angolo seemed speechless with joy after his accolade, but still maintained that he always had the upper hand over his fellow nominated boxers.
It's not easy, you know that in Namibia we have a lot of boxers, professional boxers, and you come out as a boxer of the year.
It's all hard work and dedication. I'm just so much happy, and I would just love to thank everybody, my coach, my team. It depends on what work you put in the gym and which level you are fighting at. And my level of fighting, everybody knows.
Also reacting to the achievements were Linekela Ngifindaka and his coach, Jason Mshala, after winning the Knockout of the Year award.
I just thank you for my promoters and my partner for sparring and my coach also. I want to say thank you. I take home. Even I'm going to the gym, I'm going to show my people to the gym. Then she take I'm very
proud of him and all our team and our promoters and and the boxing board members.
It turned out to be a special night for Ims Moses, who was stunned after winning 2 awards as both trainer and promoter of the year. He believed all the nominees were deserving of recognition.
To me, this is really like something I didn't expect. Because when I do boxing, I never think of any awards. It's just doing something that I love the most, and I dedicated myself to the sport. That's why you see, without a sponsorship, I've been pushing boxing for almost 7 years as a promoter and running a boxing academy.
Moses noted that the recognition will go a long way in motivating boxers to reach greatness. Nicholas Theremo, NBC Sport News, Venchik.
Congratulations to all the winners that had scooped awards. Well-deserved wins indeed. Now the 2024 rugby season kicked off with wins for UNAM, Grootfontein, Kudus and Rehoboth in their Premier League matches.
The UNAM Stadium hosted one of the opening games for the season as UNAM took on Wanderers. Wanderers kicked off the match with a bang, with fly half Jacques Theron running in their first try.
Look at that, selling a dummy and selling a dummy again. Oh, brilliant there.
UNAM, however, slowly settled into the game and started to find their rhythm, scoring 2 tries through Kirian Diergaard and speedy winger Sharif Titus, taking the lead at half-time 14-5.
See him go, see him go. Getting inside. Oh, wonderful. And this try was...
The second half saw UNAM keeping the scoreboard ticking with 2 penalty conversions before Titus once again got a try, this time controversially awarded. On the replay, the ball can be seen leaving his hands before the grounding, which should have been a knock-on call. Nonetheless, the try was awarded. Without the television match official, TMO, such calls will likely continue. UNAM leading 25-5, then added another try on the left wing for an additional 5 points.
Excellent run here. Is he going for it? Yes. Kiron Majid.
Wanderers had their chances and added 2 tries of their own in the 15th minute for a full-time score of UNAM 30, Wanderers 17.
It was a sloppy game. I think 1 or 2 decisions going against us. 1 try for UNAM forward pass, straight forward pass, another try, knock on. It's 14 points, that's a game for us. So obviously we made a lot of mistakes as well and we just couldn't get rhythm, kicked too many balls away. I think the last 5 minutes when we decided to play rugby, we scored 2 quick tries. So we were in a mix all the time, and you know, having 12 guys out to get rhythm back is a lot. So, but we're gonna go back to the drawing boards. We're not gonna set it all on the refs, although 14 points is the game, you know, and that makes 4 log points. So it's sad that we still get decisions like this with 2 ARs both sides. But yeah, we'll take it, and we'll have to go back to the drawing board and work.
It was a slow start today for us, but I'm happy with my boys. The things that we trained every week, it showed on the field. We will always go back to the drawing board and see what has worked for us, what can we do better, and definitely work on that.
In other results, Grootfontein beat defending champions United 28-26, while at the coast, Kudus beat a spirited Falcons 40-32, while Rehoboth got a convincing 50-10 win over newcomers Dolphins. The Premier League action continues next weekend. For NBC Sport, Crystal Kotze, Windhoek.
Now, Team Namibia's chef de mission to the 13th African Games, Sheripo Masutwa, says he is confident in Team Namibia collecting more medals at the showpiece and is satisfied with their journey so far. Jeanette Gauzes reports.
Well, it's a week into the games, and obviously Team Namibia cannot come by themselves, as we are joined by the chef de mission, Sheripo Masutwa, who's going to talk to us about how the week has been and just recap the week for us. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Good evening, Janet, and good evening to the listeners and the viewers back home.
Wonderful. Now, just talk to us about, how you found Team Namibia now having scored 7 medals so far.
Yes, it has been an exciting 2 weeks, I should say, and I've always been saying that Team Namibia, we came in a small number, but the impact was huge. So far, we were able to get 7 athletes on the podium. So we had 1 gold in swimming, and we also had a silver in cycling. We had another 2 silvers in swimming, and a bronze, and then we were also able to get a bronze in wrestling, female. Mm-hmm. So it has been quite an exciting 2 weeks, I should say. So yeah, we are there.
Wonderful. Now, I know before all of this, or what is actually even maybe perhaps happening now, do we have any highs? Do we have any lows? What are some of the challenges?
Yeah, I should say that some of the highs are when we're really witnessing our athletes on the podium. The moment when we're singing our national anthem on the podium, and when we were witnessing, the hoisting of our national flag. We could see that Namibia really is a sporting fraternity. We are amongst the best on the continent. And some of the challenges, I should say, are things like the weather here in terms of humid. The levels of dehydrations are quite high. So they are trying to now, as a LOC, they are trying to reschedule some of the games and the matches, to some times later during the day, when the temperatures have cooled off, ensure that the dehydration levels of the athletes really are maintained to a level where they can really compete to an optimum level. Yes.
Wonderful. Now, is there something that we can say we've learned, from the sporting body, from Ghana, in terms of their facilities and maybe the way they're organizing these events?
Yeah, I think we have really learned a lot from Ghana. What I could see from Ghana in terms of facilities, there was really a will from the people of Ghana, especially the political will, to ensure that they really pull off all these facilities. I remember the last time when I was here last year, in September, the very same track where we are standing now, there was absolutely nothing. But as I said, when there's a will, the political will, and all systems are working as one, as a unit, things can really happen. And this is what I've really seen within the people of Ghana. They've really invested in facilities. They've pulled off, built facilities from the ground, facilities that were not there. As part of the legacy for the games. If you, for example, see at this facility where we are standing now, it's at the University of Ghana. And after the games, in most countries, what happens, after the games, the facilities normally are left, as white elephants. But now it's a legacy project. They will leave it over to the university to maintain it, and for the athletes, to continue using it and reach excellence. So that's very one good thing that I've really seen from these games. And as I've said, the facilities are world-class facilities, actually. You see that some of the athletes that really are here to participate are really, athletes that are really world-class and, stationed and based in all countries all over the globe. So we're really looking forward to great competition, breaking of records and winning of more medals at this state-of-the-art facilities.
Indeed, wonderful. Now, we do know that the cricket team, the male team is here, and they lost 35 runs against Zimbabwe. Maybe just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, the cricket team is it's quite a young, vibrant team, I should say. And you should understand, how it works in cricket. The team that they brought, it's quite a young team. It's an upcoming team, but I'm seeing a lot of potential in them. That was just the first day of competition against Zimbabwe. Previously, I remember the team of Zimbabwe was also in Windhoek, where we really defeated them earlier. So I'm looking forward. They still have a couple of more matches to play. I think 6 more matches or so against some other prominent African countries. So we are really hopeful that they will really achieve a win, and at the end of the day, they will be on the podium as well as other countries are doing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Mr. Sheripo, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you so much, Jeanette, and the viewers out there. Thank you.
Well, you've just heard it from the man himself, the chef de mission of Team Namibia, Sheripo Masutwa. From us here in Accra, it's back to you guys in studio.
Thank you so much, Jeanette Clauses, for that report. Now, yesterday, the Vineta Stadium in Swakopmund hosted the annual Ironga Regional Athletics Championships, where over 350 athletes from various parts of the region participated in track and field events. Now, all schools from the Velvitia, Omaruru, Karibib and Daures school zones participated in the meet.
Following the conclusion of competitions in all zones across the Erongo region over the past month, the championships served as the final opportunity for qualifying athletes to demonstrate their skills. The championships was a thrilling event filled with exciting competitions and impressive displays of skill from the top athletes in each zone. The aim of the championships was for athletes to qualify for the national team. Given Govasep, chairperson of the Erongo School Sports, emphasized the significance of the event, stating that it serves as a crucial platform for athletes to hone their skills, potentially paving the way for them to represent Namibia on the global stage.
It is actually the platform used to select a national team, a regional team, to represent us at the national level. So it's actually trials for the athletes. That's why you would see they are pushing very hard to be part of the regional team to represent the region in the 2024 National Championships.
Throughout the day, a grand total of 36 records were shattered across both track and field events.
With the zonal events, we could already see that this year we would have records being broken. And it is fireworks, I'm telling you. At the discus, at the javelin, we had records already. At shot put, we had records. Long jump, we had records. Even the track, we had records. So, yes, it's not that the standard is low. It is that the quality of the athletes that we have are improving.
The chosen athletes will participate in the national event scheduled for May 9th to the 11th of 2024.
The Kavango West Governors' Cup is in its third day, featuring 8 teams from all 8 constituencies in the region. Now the game started as early as 7 o'clock today.
Ruaro Johannes Shire, chairperson of the organization committee, says the Governors' Cup is going according to plan. He acknowledged a slight delay earlier, but assures that the games have been good since the start.
So far we had 8 teams for the Governors' Cup, and we started on Friday, and we played 2 games on Friday, and Saturday we played 6 games, and today we played 7 games. Now we are through to the final, and at final we have Makupi and Nununi.
Johannes Shire added that observing talent during the Governors' Cup gives him hope for retaining the Newspaper Cup.
Over the weekend, I identified 15 players from different teams that have come to play the Governors' Cup. And since we know that these are the players which are going to represent the region, we have tasked the technical team that's responsible with the selecting of these teams. As an EXCO member, we have also asked our technical teams to look at the talents within the region, since Newspapers Cup have decided not to use the first division players. Now this required us to use now the second division and also the third division players.
Defending football champions Kapako constituency were unable to retain their title. Team manager Kambongi Paulus says the team did not have enough time to prepare for the competition, but he's glad they did not lose completely.
So far we have come almost to reach final, but we could not make it, and then we are going for the third place, which is obvious we are going to take it. So we lost for the final, but we are going to take the third place.
On the netball, defending team Musese made it to the finals. We will have more updates on the Kavango West Governors' Cup, so stay tuned.
Now, actions in the Debmarine Premier League are heating up at both the top and bottom, with mighty gunners Commerce Nampol and UNAM showing class by earning maximum points over the weekend. Saturday's matchup saw young Brazilians Angelino Sporting sharing the spoils in a 1-1 draw, while Okahanya United were held 1-1 by Tigers, and Blue Waters beat Civics 2-1 at the Coast. On Sunday, UNAM concluded their perfect weekend with a 1-0 victory over Young African in Gobabis. Commerce Nampol continued their search for their first title in their debut season with a slim 3-2 win over Gelino Sporting, while Chula Chula were forced to a 1-1 home draw by Orlando Pirates in Oshakati. Tigers beat Blue Waters 2-0 in Wallfish Bay. Elsewhere, Young Brazilians defeated Okokarara Young Warriors 2-1 in Keetmanshoop. And in the final match of the weekend, Ongos beat Live Fighters 1-0 in Windhoek. Now moving on, the Nust ladies indoor hockey team captain Melody Jaduruka says her team is gradually finding its stride in the indoor hockey league season as they secured another victory this weekend.
The Nust ladies indoor hockey team holds optimistic aspirations for the season, and their approach of taking each game at a time is yielding positive outcomes this far. In their recent encounter with Coastal Riders in Swakopmund on Saturday, the team demonstrated remarkable resilience, securing a hard-fought 2-1 victory. Here is how Nast captain and Coastal Riders coach summarized the intense battle.
The win is definitely a positive thing for my team because we've been having a hard time with the indoor season, but we're improving and it is definitely a positive feeling. And how I motivate my team is just, I want them to always have fun, enjoy the game. We practice every day with one another, and that has been having good results for our team.
It was a tough game. The ladies played very well. We're gonna, obviously, this is the home ground of the Raiders, so we're gonna get tomorrow, Monday together, and have a lack of practice and just try to motivate them for the new journey.
The indoor hockey season is in full swing, with teams fully immersed in the challenges ahead.
The Nedbank for Good series kicked off its 2024 season this weekend with the first tournament held at the Omea Golf Club. Now, this initiative serves as a platform for golf enthusiasts to come together and compete against one another in support of a designated charity organization. Let's find out more with sports producer Victorine Karonda.
We are currently at Omea at the Golf Academy, where the Nedbank for Good series is currently taking place, the first series for 2024, and this year's objective is raising awareness for charity. As the golfers were warming up for the competition, event organizer Dan Ziabel shared more details on the event's objective.
Ideally, we're trying to give each smaller town the opportunity to host a well-organized golf event, but the emphasis is to raise awareness and funds for charities. In our first 3 years, we supported the Autism Association of Namibia. Last year, we supported Racing Foundation, and this year we're very privileged to be supporting Agra's Provision, which is more focused on educational and more in the architectural sector.
Since this was the first event out of 10 in the 2024 Nedbank for Good series, Ziabel provided details on where the upcoming events will be held.
We're going to move a bit east to Gebabes Golf Club on the 6th of April, which will be followed by Tsumeb Golf Club on the 8th of June. Then we're going to Oshakati. I've got a very nice bunch of mates up there on the 22nd of June, and then Marienthal on the 30th of July. Then we're going to go all the way south to Oranjemund Golf Club on the 3rd of August. And then we've got what we call the Coastal Swing, which we do 3 back-to-back events at the coast. 17th of August at Henties, 24th August in Swakop, and 31st of August in Wallfish. Then our 10th and final event will be at the Winter Golf and Country Club on the 14th of September. And then our final at Omea on the 4th of October.
For some, this was the first time competing in the Nedbank for Good series, while others were seasoned veterans. Wayne Botha, a first-time participant, shared his excitement.
I'm not intimidated by them. That's point number one. So I'm thinking of just taking it easy because golf is all about relaxing and thinking your game through. So I'll take it step by step.
This is my 3rd year playing the series, so I work for Gondwana Collection and we are a sponsor of the series. So I've had the pleasure to play. This is my 3rd season of playing it. So we're looking forward to playing good golf and then also for good cause, which is a good Nedbank for Good series.
So you've heard it from the organizers as well as the participants as to what the Nedbank for Good series is all about. Reporting for NBC Sport News, I'm Victorine Karonda, Omea.
Time now for our Facebook slot. Now, the groundbreaking ceremony of Nkuru Sports Centre took place with Deputy Minister of Sport, Youth and National Service Emma Kantema Gamas and Governor of Kavango West, Sirka Hausiko, officiating the historic event yesterday. Now, the project, which will feature multiple sports facilities, will be completed in phases, starting the Phase 1A. Now, here's how some of you reacted to the news. Our first comment for tonight comes from Iam Gabi, which says, good initiative indeed. We can't wait. The design is whack. It's about time to incorporate a mini shopping centre, gym and mini hotel in sports centres. That way the council would make monthly income to sustain the centre and upgrade it in the future. Tersita Mario says, good news at least. Our next comment comes from Palas Nepempe, which says, good progressive, but please, the regional sports officers within the regions must take responsibility and accountability of government sports facilities. At least monthly inspections report must be submitted to relevant officers with annual progress of the year. And finally, the last comment comes from Nekundi Bornbright, which says, we are on the right track. Thank you so much for all your comments. Now, before we go, here's a quick recap of tonight's headlines. Namibia Professional Boxing and Wrestling Control Board holds awards night. Wins for UNAM, Grootfontein, Kudus and Rehoboth in the league opening weekend. And just like that, we've come to the end of this week's sports news. Remember that you can like us on Facebook at NBC Sport or tweet us at SportNBC and be part of the discussion. Also, check out our question of the day and share your valuable comments with us. You can also visit our website or YouTube channel for more information. Don't forget to check out NBC Plus by downloading the app on Android or go to nbcplus.na on iOS and take us with you. From your host, Beatrice Engelbrecht, as well as the entire sports crew, have a pleasant evening and a productive week ahead.